Chris, it's probably a similar question that managers get at this stage every season. That really wasn't about the result today. What do you take from games like that?
I take a lot. I take a bit. The guys we've been back just over a week now, and they've been working extremely hard. And we knew when we took this game it was going to be a real test against a real quality team. But I thought today, our shape and our energy and our fitness levels were really good, and that's the most important thing at this stage of the season. So they all got through it. There was a few wee tight muscles, but that's just part and parcel of it. So it's up to the physios now to monitor that, and then we'll just come back in Tuesday, get ready to go again.
Been a busy spell for you. Can you share us even a wee bit about what it takes over that period to try and build the squad? I think you've got 16 or 17 now. It takes a bit of that, putting that together.
It does. A few people said, how was my break? I didn't really have a break, to be honest with you. So it's been hectic, but I've loved it. We've got 17 signed. I'm hopefully going to add one or two more. And obviously, with what happened during the week with Robbie, puts even more pressure on it. We need to get players at the top end of the park. So that's got to be the focus. We had a few trialists today, and they all done well. So let's, over the coming weeks, hopefully we can add to the squad and get a few more faces in.
One of the things that we observed from the sideline the last 2 or 3 seasons, it's felt like there's been plenty of footballers from they've been not quite as battle ready, and I'm kind of getting from the players you've brought in, we're going to be that bit more. Physical's maybe not the right way of putting it, but that bit more up for the battle.
Yeah, listen, we know after the last season, we know what's required for League Two, and we know it's a physical when we go away games. You've got to, sometimes it's not all about pretty football, and we know that. But as I said to you before, I think the biggest thing was getting a real good squad. I can't just afford to have 10, 11 players. I've got to have 17, 18 players that are ready to play. And we're getting there, slowly but surely we're getting there. As I say, it's been a busy for the last 4 or 5 weeks since we finished up in the 3rd of May. But it's been positive, a lot of positives. A few new members in the backroom staff as well, which is good. Always helps, brings fresh ideas. And gives you another set of eyes to look at things. So no, we're in a good place. We're looking forward to the games that are coming up. We're looking forward to getting on the training park and working how we want to go and play. And hopefully we have more like today, because I thought we're good today.
Can you able to tell us a wee bit more about who you brought in as a backroom staff, just to introduce them to the fans?
Absolutely. So Martin Fellows, who I've worked with for the last 4 or 5 years, and the two is work really well together. So we've added him to the backroom team. I've also added Nicole Watson, who will do the sports science side of it. And I think it's important that we do that. I think, as I've always said, football doesn't wait in India. You need to keep going with it. And she's going to bring all her experience. Let's hope that will take the injuries down. So she'll look after the boys before and after matches. She'll look after all the sports science stuff, and so I'm 2 great additions I've got. I've got a new physio coming in this year as well. She'll start on Tuesday, Kirsten. So as I say, there's a real good buzz about the place, and we want to keep it that way.
Back to the squad, it wasn't a huge secret at the back end of last season. Jordan and Scott were coming in. You obviously weren't able to talk about that until their season had finished in the West of Scotland in Premier. I'm kind of thinking the fact that you had them in your plans so early, that actually you had a lot of faith in these guys coming in. Absolutely. I had 3 or 4 of them tied up before we had finished. Once we knew we were safe and we're going to be playing here next year, then my work started. As I said that, we had to make sure that we get the right guys into the squad. Scott's he's young, but looking on today, looks like he's got a real bright future in the game. So that was obviously good to get. Jordan, I know Jordan well. I've worked with him, so I know what I'm going to get. I've already had a go at him, but told me to stop getting silly bookings. So but listen, the guys, the boys that I brought in for St Cadoc's as well, are guys that I've played with, guys that know exactly what it takes in this league. We had one missing today, Daniel McManus, who I think will really excite the fans once he's playing. So, but we've added well, but listen, we need to make sure that
we keep the squad strong, we keep them healthy, so when that first game comes we're ready to go.
And just one final thing in terms of the squad, you obviously kind of talked a wee bit about Robbie there. We've kind of heard rumours about him, and the chairman was saying you don't really know the extent of what's wrong with him yet, but that's a blow, because by all accounts he was flying in training.
It's a real blow, and I really feel for him. He worked extremely hard in the close season, and I honestly mean that, extremely hard. He came back and he had his mojo back. He was looking really, really good in training, and unfortunately we're waiting to see what it is. But he's got a cast on now. It's not looking good, but we'll just need. I've already told him the club will have his back, and whatever way this goes, because he knows he was just buzzing to get going. He really wanted to kickstart his Stranraer stint. But listen, it is what it is. This is football, unfortunately. But as I said, we'll hopefully early next week, as I say, Kirsten's back on Tuesday. She comes back on Tuesday, so hopefully we can stick a wee bit of pressure and try and get to the bottom of it. But as it stands now, it's not looking good.
And next couple of games, probably familiar territory, Elvin Meadow and Halford, I imagine. Again, different kind of test, but these guys will test our guys.
Absolutely, just that was the test I just threw down to them there. We've got to set standards here, and they can't just turn up the games and expect to go and win. They've got to go and play with that same attitude that they played today. They've got to go and play with the same aggression. They've got to go and play with the same intensity. Because listen, the next two games against Hurlford and Irvine Meadow will be real tough games, and it's up to the guys that are on trial as well to go and stake a claim and try and get. As I say, I'm looking to add maybe 1 or 2, 3 at a push. So I had six trialists today, so they're all trying to do their bit to get a contract. But listen, we'll treat the games the right way as we always do, and we'll come in this week and we'll prepare for Irvine Meadow. The pitch should be good, so we'll go down and we'll get another 90 minutes in the legs.